Alright, welcome back to episode 3 of the KAPOWcast, the only podcast to receive a cease and desist letter from the United States government and effectively pee on it. With me once again is the Jean Grey to my Scott Summers, Mr. Tony Vance.
Hello.
With a bag full of poker irons. Poker. That's a hard word.
Poker face.
Next to him is, of course, Jeff Jefferson from Flask Action Hero Podcast. How are you?
Not bad.
And our outside source.
Always
Cody.
the outsider, man. I mean, I thought they were being inclusive at this point.
Stay golden, Tony Boy.
Yeah.
Well, you're the outside perspective of everything.
There we go.
Today we're going to be taking a look at comic book movies that were released.
Those are some loud chicharrones.
That's loud chewing.
Professional. Real professional.
Some comic book movies that came out before the big comic book boom, which we collectively discussed on the way to the store, was probably the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, not any other version of Spider-Man.
So that's 2001? Because, remember, they had the preview poster for it that had the Twin Towers?
I'm terrible at years.
Yeah, and they had the spiderweb between the Twin Towers, and the helicopter bad guys crashed into it.
Yeah.
Yep. And
So it had to be right before 9... Well, it might have came out right after. I don't know
it came
how
out right
long.
before 9... It was filmed before 9/11, and like the preview had the Twin Towers in it, and they were like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. You can still find that.
So let's say 2001.
Okay, well that gives us a lot of room, a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna start with Cody.
Oh, hey.
We're gonna go in a little reverse.
Oh,
order
God, I
today.
wasn't prepared.
Did you bring your notes? Did you bring your protractors? And your
I had
pencils
my
and...
phone and Wikipedia open for 5 seconds, so yes, I am totally prepared.
All right.
I had to really think, and I was surprised when I came up with one, but you guys won't probably agree, but my favorite comic book movie pre-2001, Tank Girl.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
I wish I thought of that.
yes.
Lori Petty's so attractive.
And here's my outsider perspective. I like that movie because it literally, they had effects that made it look like it was a comic book.
Yeah.
They had the page turns. They had the bright colors. It was very outlandish. Yeah, the lines. It just felt like straight out of a comic book.
I was getting really worried that you were going to say barbed wire.
Yeah. Well, when I was 13, that was probably my favorite one.
You know, that's a movie. I have nothing to add about that movie because I don't even remember anything about Tank Girl.
Well, it's
had
on
Pamela
Netflix right
Anderson
now.
in it.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, it is on Netflix.
Oh,
Let's
man.
pause and go watch it.
It's
We'll just do a commentary
And we're
track.
back.
but
Hey, girl was amazing.
I feel bad because I haven't fully read the series, but I love the artist. Jamie Hewitt, I believe his name is. He's the guy who does the art for Gorillas, too.
I follow him on
Yeah,
Facebook.
yeah.
He's very talented.
Yeah, oh my God, so talented.
Stylized.
And I think, like, whoever was in charge of, producing the look of that movie did it pretty well.
Yeah, the tank looked like it was straight out of the comic.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like shit, but it kind of is covered with shit.
She had the missile bra and everything.
Missile boots
Yeah.
and everything.
She didn't have quite the career that
Lori
she
Petty?
probably deserved.
Yeah, Lori Petty, that was her name.
She did a voice on Superman the Animated Series.
She was
I remember
Livewire.
that. She was. She absolutely was.
Did she sound like a Jersey girl or whatever?
Yeah,
the
she
hell?
sounded
sure
exactly,
did.
yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
The next podcast, I want you to do that voice throughout the entire
I
one.
think I could.
That'd be fantastic. That was a very surprising choice. Good choice, Cody.
Thank you. I was
Surprisingly
excited.
well done.
Like everything else I do. Hey, you didn't fuck it up that bad.
Stopwatch, correct twice a day, yet again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, Jeff. What about you?
Well,
I know you have to have probably eons of them, but
Since you're old.
I'm pretty old. But yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and say The Shadow. The Shadow, I loved that movie when I was a kid. That was so cool. I used to love The Shadow. He looked really cool. They had that evil long nose, the stereotypical, like definitely playing on like stereotypes with the character, but it was an old property. And it was the inspiration for Batman.
yes, I was gonna say actually a funny story about that. The reason that Baldwin did The Shadow was because he wanted to be Batman for the 89 movie, and he didn't get picked, so he went.
He would have been a doughy ass Batman.
He would.
There was Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he used to be skinny.
The
He was
rubber
so
restricts,
skinny.
all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I need
I
it.
haven't seen The Shadow in a really long time. Is that on
It's-
Netflix?
I don't know.
Is that the
they
purple
do
suit
a
guy with
remake?
the...
That's
No,
the
that's the Phantom with Billy Zane.
Dude, there's this...
We had this conversation.
Wow.
Okay.
Did they
Slam Evil.
All your nerd cred just went down.
I didn't have any.
From the Tank Girl
What little I
reference.
gained, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Did they do a remake of The Shadow not too long ago?
I don't know.
No.
I'm not aware of one.
What year was the original?
It was like that was 92, wasn't it? 92, 93?
But that's an old
Oh,
property.
I'm sorry, I spaced out.
Oh, when?
Way to go, boss.
He's on Facebook.
Are you kidding? Okay, no.
Hey, how many likes we got?
The original comic, that was like it was a
But no, they've done it. I think I saw it on the list. There's been some previous incarnations of the movie.
well, it was a radio serial and it
Yeah. I think I actually had some
I think
old CDs of those.
It either started as a comic or as a radio serial, one or the other, but they both came out around the same time,
Right.
and that was in like the 1930s. And in one, he had the psychic abilities to cloud men's minds and make
Only
himself.
men?
Yes, only men. Oddly enough, well, that's the only ones he used it on. But no, then in the other, he didn't. He was just a straight up human vigilante that went around shooting people in the face.
Huh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I have never actually seen it.
Coming next summer, remakes of Tank Girl and The Shadow.
And the Phantom.
And The
See,
Phantom.
And the Phantom.
I'm okay with what we have.
Starring Billy Zane.
You know what I remember most about The Phantom? I remember 7-Eleven had a promotion going with them when you got a Slurpee, you'd get like
Get
the
the
ring.
ring.
You get the
Yeah.
skull
Yeah,
ring.
it was
with
bitchin'.
It was plastic.
It wasn't authentic, I later found out. It doesn't leave actual stamps in people's foreheads that stay forever. Although they will stay for a long time if you punch really hard.
As I
That or
learned
just
with my brother.
keep it compressed
Yeah.
to the forehead for a while.
Consistent pressure is key.
All right, Tony, I think I know what you're going to say for this one, but
Oh, really?
maybe. I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, this is going to be a curveball. I don't think anybody's going to see it coming. Judge Dredd.
Oh,
my God.
Starring
Oh.
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about the original
And
one.
Rob Schneider.
I am the law!
And Sandra Bullock, that fucking
Yeah.
man face.
Yeah.
Oh, a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Armand Asante as his evil brother.
But it was
Well,
fantastic.
do you prefer that one over the remake?
Ooh, I don't know.
Remake
I haven't
was
seen the
pretty
remake.
good.
It had the chick from Game of
Yeah.
Thrones in it, didn't it? Yeah, that they had.
If she was, it was unremarkable, and I don't remember.
well, you know.
I do like the remake. Adult Tony really likes the remake. But
Wait.
There's multiple.
yes, I do.
There's
have
adult Tony and then there's little
there's-
boy Tony.
Yeah, there's little kid Tony, you know?
And then there's the machine.
And then there's the unknown.
Oh my gosh.
No, it's just, I remember growing up and seeing Judge Dredd and all the fantastic puppeteering and
The ABC warrior looked really
not-
cool in it.
not to mention the giant shoulder pads
Oh my god, yes.
that was just like straight out of the comic. They're fantastic.
You guys, all three of you have brought up movies that I haven't watched in probably like 10, 15 years.
Marathon.
And and I feel like a deer in the headlights right now. Like I'm like, "Ugh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd though, I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go Rocketeer.
Ooh, that's another really good one.
I thought that's
You still
what-
got to make me one of those helmets.
Oh man, I thought you forgot.
It's okay. I haven't paid you yet either, so.
For me personally, it's a tie between two because in my brain I can't decide between the two. The first one being The Crow.
That's a great movie.
That I remember.
Killed a guy.
This is an embarrassing. Well, not really that embarrassing, but there was a point in time when I was in high school that I would watch that movie every week, and it was on like an old like recorded VHS, and I would just watch it all the time.
You were a goth kid.
I wasn't.
I remember. I first met you all wearing black. I thought this kid.
He was a juggalo.
Yeah.
He was from Lincoln Park. He was a joke.
I loved that movie, and to this day I can still put it in, and I can still really enjoy it. And I shudder at the thought of them trying to remake it.
It got smacked, didn't they? Isn't it in production hell right now?
It is in production hell. It's recently...
It's cursed.
It lost...
It is literally cursed.
Yeah.
Luke Evans was signed on to do the starring role. He dropped out in January. I don't know.
No one knows.
And then there was another actor that was... there was another actor that was tied on to do it. He dropped out. And just recently...
These people are smart because this movie franchise kills people.
Just recently, not too long ago, the movie studio that was going to be funding it filed for bankruptcy.
What
So-
movie studio is that?
I didn't know that.
I
part.
can't remember. It's not New Line. I think it's like a parent. It was like a... I want to say it started with an R.
Like a sister company or a parent?
You all got Google. You can look
Cousin
it up.
company.
Kissing
second
cousin.
cousin twice removed.
But
Fuck, it's okay.
that movie... that was one of the... I think like a comic book movie that took the material and really adulted it up, you know? It wasn't
Have
for
you read the
kids.
comic? I've never read it.
I have read
I
the
have.
comic. The
Yeah.
comic is very different. It's very weird. The comic is really bizarre.
The dude,
Was it a Vertigo title?
No, it's a
Some
independent.
indie one?
Yeah, James Obar.
well, the guy that wrote it is literally from around here. He used to hang out at the local comic shop.
Yeah, he used to hang out over at Big Ben's.
Mhm.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Plug.
Big Ben's Comics. We love you.
But yeah, that movie, the tone of it, everything about it,
Very, I'm going to go ahead and say it was a dark film.
it was a very dark film.
It took place in Detroit, so you
that
can
was
draw
one of the-
conclusions from there.
That was one of
A fantasy Detroit. We don't have
No.
those.
There's a roving gangs of white gangsters blowing up.
Fire it
buildings.
up! Fire it up!
This one's for you, T-Bird.
There was this was the first movie I remember seeing that the music with the movie accompanied it so well
It really did.
that
That's
it
what I
just
was gonna
it
ask.
all gelled well together.
I'm drawing a complete blank. What was the music from that? Like, name just an
Well,
artist.
they had like Stone Temple Pilots were in it.
Yep.
That was like the one that really stands out when they're in the car.
A lot of heroin,
A lot
early
of
90s.
It was it was really a film of the times.
Yes.
You know, and everybody knows a story about Brandon Lee. That was such a disinterested.
It's kind of a downer. I mean,
It is. It's a complete.
Well, it's a bizarre mystery too, because like, was he killed on purpose by the mafia? That's the big rumor going on.
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was literally the blank.
Is it
Like,
They say there
discharge.
was a shard of metal in it from the last cartridge or something like that.
What
And
was?
because it was the scene where he comes into the apartment and Shelley's being beaten and raped, and it's the scene when he walks in and they, hold him up, and they shoot him into like almost a point blank thing,
Yeah.
point blank range, and that was the shot that did it.
Did they keep that in the movie?
No, they did not.
Aw.
What kind of gun was it? Do you remember from that
I
scene?
do not remember, but it wouldn't have been a revolver if it had been.
No.
Wait, no, I guess a piece of the blank could have gotten embedded in the
Yeah.
barrel or something.
Oh.
Either way, it's
Freak accident, very bizarre.
Yeah.
Just like,
the shattered
yeah.
bullet.
Yeah.
And then the second one
Fingerprints.
that to this day still holds up, I don't care what anybody says, is the 1989 original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Hell yeah.
That movie, I will take those suits, the animatronic heads,
Scary as hell.
scary as hell when seeing. There's actually, I looked up, I found a picture of a guy who did the suit work for Donatello, who was in the suit. He does stand-up comedy, and he still had the head, and sometimes he does stand-up
Oh,
comedy
no.
with the head. Most horrifying thing you'll ever see.
Nightmare fuel.
But,
Send me that link.
Was that Stan Winston that did their?
no, it was Jim Henson.
Yes. Was it Jim Henson?
It was
Again, Jim Henson does
It was
amazing,
actually one of
creepy work.
the very last things he worked on before he died.
Very sad. How did he die? Was it cancer?
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyways.
And a little, I wanted to pull up a couple facts here about the movie that you guys may not know about.
Smarty pants over here.
So, turns out Donatello was a woman.
There was a point in time where the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the highest grossing indie film.
Indie.
Wow.
It was an indie film. It was, when it was put out, no major studio wanted to touch it. Nobody
Which is
wanted
nuts.
anything to do with it.
That franchise was such a cash cow.
It was. And it's basically, what's funny is it's the same thing for the movie that it was about the comic books. When they were shopping around trying to find somebody to publish the comics, every comic company was like, this is the stupidest thing that you could possibly imagine. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. How do you sell that? But yeah, it was actually the highest grossing indie movie. And also, all of the actors that portray the turtles in the suits all have roles in the movie.
Huh.
They all have
Not
specific.
in the suits?
Yes.
Well, now I'm confused.
Two places at one time.
Tony.
The gentleman that played Raphael actually plays a passenger in the back of the cab when Raphael slides across.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you can
Casey
totally
Jones.
tell. Nah.
Yeah, he's got the same shoulders.
That might have something to do with it being an independent movie.
Yeah.
Like, we can't afford extras, so you guys are doing double duty.
The
We don't see your
gentleman
face.
that played Donatello actually plays the foot soldier messenger that meets April
I do
and
not remember.
slaps her.
Oh, now I remember.
Yes.
Violence solves everything.
Doesn't it?
The gentleman that plays Leonardo portrays a gang member when Casey Jones goes to the foot clubhouse, I guess it is.
Charter House?
Lair?
Yeah, lair.
The lair of the foot
Not
is usually
the,
a thing.
not the Technodrome.
Layer.
The Foot Locker?
What?
They went to the mall?
Ah, get the new
And
Adidas.
the gentleman that plays, you guys are going to know exactly who this is. The guy that plays Michelangelo is actually the Domino's Pizza delivery man.
No way.
In the beginning of the
Yeah,
movie.
no
Yep.
shit.
Asian dude?
And the actress that played April O'Neil actually hated the way the movie came out. I'm guessing that's why she didn't come back for the second one. And
He's got recasted.
last but not least, Mr. Sam Rockwell himself also has a small role
Yep.
in the movie, which is just mind-boggling. But yes, that movie, I mean, oh gosh, that's a horrifying picture. If you want to...
Yeah, let's talk about pictures on an audio cast here, buddy.
It's a picture of the gentleman doing Raphael, like, holding the head, and it's horrifying.
I saw the Donatello animatronic at the Smithsonian.
Was it terrifying?
It's at
It
the
was.
Smithsonian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
It's locked behind glass. Every day it tries to beat its way out.
But if you go back and you watch that movie and you look at those suits, everything about them still holds up to this day.
Oh yeah, they're very
Everything, like...
good. Practical effects. I mean,
Compared to the later movies, too, especially how crappy.
Especially in the third
Michael
Turtles.
Bay's version of...
his
No.
vision.
The suits, where they still had... Well, yeah, that was all CGI.
Like Turtles in Time?
Turtles in-
spots.
Oh, the one that
Yeah.
Yeah.
the one that had Tarzan Boys, the theme song. I was like,
What?
And
Bravo.
I never went to it, but I had the cassette, and
Oh, I
I
know
saw
what
the
you're talking
tape.
about.
Oh, coming out of my shell?
Coming out of our shells.
I saw the
The
cassette.
hair
I had
metal
the
tribute.
VHS.
Yeah, you had the VHS.
Yeah.
I think
So
I don't know
did I.
where the hell it went, though.
you got to find that.
I need to splice some
I'm
audio
sure
in
it's
there.
on. It's on YouTube. Everything's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find
That really takes
April's
them.
Ballad. I saw that.
You spent 4 hours.
I spent
watching
4
it.
hours watching the entire...
That means you watched it 4 times on repeat.
But no,
did.
the quality with every movie of the suits went down.
Oh yeah.
Dramatically.
The third one, it
And
was
you
just
get to the TV show. Remember when they
Oh,
brought
that was
in
crap.
what was the girl's name?
Venus.
Venus with Venus de Milo. Oh
the
my God, they're horrifying.
creators of the Ninja Turtles actually wrote a treatment for what would have been a fourth Turtles movie, and this would have saw the Turtles getting all sorts of weird, new, bizarre powers.
Like the
where-
cartoon?
Yes.
Where they hulked out.
yeah, they
where-
turned into the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Raphael would get almost become
Even
like
more
a,
sarcastic?
like a raptor. he would be called like Raptor Raph or something like that.
Oh.
And
I'm glad that this didn't happen.
Yeah, really.
yeah,
Although
It's amazing what Ninja Turtles has been able to recover from.
I don't know if it's fully recovered.
every time they get one good lunge up, somebody comes back over and just fucking
Yeah.
knocks
I've actually heard the new show that's on Nickelodeon actually is pretty good.
I don't like the
What's
animation
his
stuff,
face
so I
does the
guess.
voice on it?
It's like CG. I don't like the CG.
Yeah.
But the
Jason
TMNT, the TMNT that came out in
Yeah, the anim-
09.
that wasn't terrible.
No, that
Captain
was
America
pretty
was Casey Jones.
good. Sure. Yeah.
What do you mean?
That means nothing to me.
Chris Evans? What?
Chris Evans.
Really?
Yeah, that was
no shit.
the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that movie. That name. If you haven't watched it,
I think me and
And-
you were the only ones that were adults in the theater, but we watched it.
if you haven't watched the
They were asked to
1989
leave,
Ninja
actually.
Turtles
And they
movie,
still couldn't get popcorn in their mouth.
definitely go back and do it because it completely. I mean, times have changed a little bit, so that part doesn't hold up. But everything about the suits,
Raphael swearing. Oh,
and that was the other thing.
that was taboo.
That movie was incredibly dark.
There was.
Yeah.
It took a lot
Oh, yeah,
of
the part where
cues.
Casey Jones just murders the Shredder? Like,
Oh yeah.
pulling out the lever in the garbage.
Well, there's the part where I think when they're fighting in April's apartment, where one of the foot soldiers goes to take a swing with the axe at one of the turtles, and they duck, and he hits the electrical box, and he's just sitting there, just frying away, and it's, oh my god.
Don't try this at home, kids.
But yeah, that movie took a lot of cues from the original comics. I think in the comic books, though, it was Leonardo that got thrown through the roof, not Raphael.
I never read the original comics.
Me either.
Shredder actually died in the first issue.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't a long-standing villain, and
Who
it did
was-
get kind
who
of
was it,
weird.
like Krang or something?
No. It was some like kabuki dude.
What?
Wasn't it? It was some samurai dude that was the. I think it was supposed to be the guy that trained Shredder was the main enemy.
Did you just say you never read the comics?
Yeah, but I've
He has a
absorbed.
Wikipedia account.
Yeah.
Can you get those?
Yeah.
Don't you ever just troll through things and see what you can learn?
I'm surprised we made it through this entire circle and not one of us mentioned the '89 Batman movie.
Well, that's the obvious choice.
Yeah, that's true. That is the.
That's like the First Testament. You know?
We talked about this the other day, Mike, or a week ago, or a month ago, something like that. Recently.
Time is irrelevant.
Yeah.
time.
I recently, since they added the original Batman to Netflix, I rewatched it. And
I love Adam West, by the way.
the original 1989
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton Batman. Sorry, people, I'm not an expert on this, but I didn't even like I don't like the Nolan ones, really. I loved the Tim Burton ones going back. But
Yeah,
since I rewatched it, I had not seen it since I was probably like 12 or 13. But after rewatching it now, I was like, this is campy and terrible.
Well, aside from the fact too that Batman murders a bunch of people blindly.
Yeah.
Which I enjoyed personally.
I know, Jeff, do you enjoy your Batman just wheeling and dealing guns around?
Hell yeah.
He obviously, he danced with the devil in the pale.
He did. Oh my god, he threw that one black guy right through the bell tower and just fall into his nose.
He gonged his head.
Yeah.
Then threw him down.
Oh yeah, didn't he like grab him with his legs? Or
Yes.
Yeah, Hurricane Rana.
Hurricane Rana, right off.
Sunset
And then
Flip.
in Batman Returns, he stuck a thing of dynamite down someone's pants and just pushed them.
Oh, yeah.
And then also he used the Batmobile to give somebody the most agonizing death possible and lit them on fire.
Didn't he like blow up whole buildings?
He
and
blew
stuff,
up the whole
too?
factory in the
In
89
his
one.
defense, he had to do the whole rotation thing first, and then he
Like that makes it okay?
Yeah, if the guy couldn't see that coming, he deserves to die.
There you go.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying
that was a
that
big
much.
car.
I guess.
That thing was
What's
about-
he doing just turning it around towards the flamethrower pointing it at me?
That's something that never made sense with those movies, too. Also, looking back, that car was like 20 feet long.
Yeah.
That was like a super
It made no
Cadillac.
sense, but it was.
And
By
Gotham has
far-
these tight-ass corners.
Yeah.
That thing went down one alley.
He literally
and
had to
that's
like use like grappling hooks to turn corners.
Yeah,
and
he did.
Mhm.
He, but it was the
Or
best
turn into a
Batmobile.
bullet.
stuff.
That's
You think-
looking.
You think of the Batmobile.
That's what I
What is
think
the first thing that pops in your head is that one,
Or the cartoon one.
or
Or
the
the tunnel.
Animated series,
animated
yeah.
series one.
But the animated series one was also, if that was in real
Oh
life,
yeah, it was
it'd be like-
800 feet long.
That one made no sense because, yeah, it was way too long.
It was like
longer
those
than a
crazy
limo.
cars from the 30s and stuff
Yeah.
like that, where they just, like,
Well, they
land
used-
boats.
They used a stylized method for the animated series called Dark Deco, which was like a idea of if the Art Deco period went on into the next century.
Would have been really cool.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah.
I think you
Minus
got
everyone
these
still having-
your balls.
Everyone still had black and white TVs in the cartoon too.
Black and white computers and everything.
Yeah, like computers were
bizarre.
all like 200.
They're
feet
really
tall.
advanced computers, but
Yeah.
they still have black and white
The
screens.
keys were like for 80-year-old people. He was like,
Yeah, it was like the remote you by your grandma.
We'll get into that in another podcast. We'll devote a whole
"You always
podcast.
gotta kill all the fun."
Weird inaccuracies
Batman, yeah.
in Batman
No,
universe.
well, we could devote a podcast to animation errors in the X-Men animated series.
Oh, that would be fun.
You're gonna
this
make me
point in time,
rewatch
you have
that?
this much.
And his arm was this color, and then he was wearing a different shirt.
Any other
If you fast
Pre-
forward to 15 minutes in,
comic book movie favorites for you?
The Punisher one with Dolph Lundgren.
Oh
Was it?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Did he dye his hair for that?
Yeah,
Or was
he
he was
is.
still
He
blonde?
is an
Okay.
Aryan Superman. He has blonde hair. He is a 9 foot tall bronze god of a human being. That Dolph Lundgren.
Yikes. Ugh.
But yeah, that's the movie.
Oh,
Oh my god. The part where he comes in through the roof of the illegal gambling casino and just shoots everybody for 20 minutes just with a machine gun. Boom, 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 with his M60. Boom, 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 boom.
Why do we seem to end every podcast with talks of mass shooting?
Well, you know, it comes to mind when you think of Batman and everything.
That's true.
Yeah,
I like the Spawn movie.
I enjoyed that. A lot of people still don't. You know,
John Leguizamo?
oh my god.
Fitting for the character.
He was creepy in that.
Yeah.
He had that weird child molester vibe around his kid in it.
Hey, we're
Yeah.
talking
Can
about,
I keep her?
we're talking about Spawn, not Mario Brothers.
Oh.
I just remember the CGI cape.
Oh yeah.
That's what I remember
It
most.
looked so cool back then
It
too.
was 1990 what?
6, I believe.
6 or 7, yeah.
It's no excuse for terrible decisions.
Well, yeah, like that movie. It had no big name actors except for
John Leguizamo.
yeah.
When your biggest actor is John Leguizamo, you know you're.
He
No,
was
it had
in the
Mark-
test.
It had Martin
okay?
Sheen in
Oh
it.
yeah, you're right. Martin Sheen was in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that Martin Sheen.
He was the main bad guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
he
What's
was.
his name? I didn't.
And what was the
really-
girl? Chapel.
Yeah.
Who was it that played her?
No, I don't know. I remember thinking she was very attractive in 1996.
I don't know why, but I found that very funny. Just that year, as soon as 97 clocked
Yeah,
over, it's like,
whoa.
I'm done with her.
What are you guys? What do you all feel about the old?
Hate it.
Good to know about the old Christopher Reeves Supermans. Do you think those are movies you can still sit down and watch? They hold up.
Never actually
The camp
watched it.
factor makes them still watchable for me. Oh my god. What's her name? Margot. What's her name? The chick who played Lois.
Oh yeah, the crazy lady.
Oh, she's so crazy. Then like the part where it's supposed to be like a musical number, but she's just like talk singing when Superman's flying her. She's like, oh, you have to watch that part. It was supposed to be a musical number, but she's just like saying her lines because she can't sing. A lot of people
Really?
Yeah, it's really bizarre. Like I got shown it later. I never noticed it before.
Really?
Yes.
You learn something new every day. The more you know.
I never actually sat through an entire Superman movie.
The fourth
New
one's
one
the best.
or old one. I don't know. It's just the
You
whole
need
character.
to watch Man of Steel.
The whole, I don't
Oh,
know.
I love Man
yeah.
of Steel.
He's
I've never been able to make it through any of the Christopher Reeve movies.
This is gonna sound like blasphemy to a lot of people, but you know, I actually, when I was a kid, I used to love the really bad one where was it The Quest for Peace? That was like
Yeah,
the
is that the one
killed
with
it?
Richard Pryor?
Yeah, the one that. Oh wait, no, that was not that one.
Well, are you talking about the one that had the big sun?
Yeah, the
villain?
Solar Man or whatever it's
Yeah.
supposed to be. Oh, it was,
And he just used his nails to rake.
yeah,
the
he had
back of
those
Superman.
silver press-on nails, and it like gave Superman a cold. And,
I remember him sitting in a diner or whatever with like a blanket on and
Yeah.
like a bowl of soup or something, and
Yep.
just or wait, was he sitting like in the apartment?
Isn't part like, oh, I
Yeah.
got a fever, I can't come into work. But you never get sick.
Sorry,
now
I
that I
wasn't-
think about it.
Those movies.
glasses.
And he had like all weird made up new superpowers in that. Like he had like reconstruct the Great Wall of China vision.
Yeah, because that needs to be
I'm
Well, you
glad I
need to keep
missed
those
that.
Mongolians out.
Goddamn Mongolians.
the cellophane S.
Yeah.
That's when the two most bizarre superpowers that come to that everyone goes to. It's the cellophane S and the reverse time around the world.
Oh,
That's
God.
always the thing with Superman, though, is that in
He just
every
pulls powers out of his
incarnation,
ass, yeah,
it's like
like-
I suddenly have the power to shoot worms out my nails. It's whatever.
You
He just makes it up as they
If I were
go.
Superman, I would not use that power.
That's it.
Ew, Superman, stop! I give up.
It's just really gross.
What does that say about me? Well, that's the first thing that comes to mind. A random superpower.
That's weird.
I was
You should
watching
make that.
Tim Burton movies.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I want a superpower where I shoot worms from my hands.
Sounds like
From the fingernails specifically.
But yeah, like-
I just see that being more of an annoyance than anything.
But that's
I feel
Superman
that'd be
for
worse
me.
for you to use on someone because it'd be really gross feeling.
I regret bringing that up. But no, Superman for
Oh,
me
there's
has
the
always been
tangent.
just like the like little kids version of a superhero that just, you know, like, oh, you know, I can keep you in a cage, but no, I can unlock doors with my mind or
You've
something like
lost
that. He
me.
makes up powers
Yeah.
as it goes along. You know what
I
we-
can see what he's saying.
Okay, I think
Especially Silver Age Superman, where like I use Superman to find my way out of the situation, or I use the rainbow beams that come out of my hands to make miniature Superman. That was, that was an interesting one.
That's better than worms.
Who thought of worms?
Some idiot, I guess.
But, you know, those, I mean...
That would come in handy in a fishing trip, though.
Yeah.
The Bassmaster.
I like that name a lot.
No, you're thinking of another name, but it's okay.
Damn it. It's a good
Drop
website.
the B.
Assmaster? You can just say it.
I was trying to not swear on every episode here, but you know.
Ass blaster.
Ooh, that's a good one,
That's
too.
a good one.
Wait, wasn't that the villain? That was Mark Hamill in Jay and Silent Bob.
No,
That
it's
was
Cockknocker. All three of us.
God damn
Cockknocker.
I just watched this last week too. I should be able to remember that.
You got a terrible memory.
You're my memory, dude. That's why I keep you around.
Stenographer.
Oh!
Can we check the minutes on that statement?
And at 10:50 on August 8th, you hurt me.
Oh, boy.
That's when my heart finally broke.
You had the idea, Tony. You brought up maybe some movies that we didn't know were comic book movies.
I mean, like, when I was a kid, almost anything, I was like, oh, that was a great comic book movie. Like, I even at one time thought that Freddy Krueger was a comic book.
And then some big fat balding like comic book nerd guy came up to you and just like, what are you talking about? You
That
stupid
is
kid.
so wrong. Let me sit you down and teach you a few things.
I can see where somebody would sit back and watch something like Star Wars
Yeah,
and think that maybe,
oh,
oh, is that a comic book or RoboCop?
Transformers. RoboCop definitely has the feel of a comic book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
And it
the
eventually
script
was.
Yeah, the script was written by, or was it the screenplay? Was that written by Frank Miller?
I think you're around by. I
Really?
can't remember the details, but I remember his name.
Was he? Maybe he was involved in the second one.
You know the weird thing is,
To the internet.
RoboCop was rated R, was it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toy Bonanza for the
Toy Bonanza. I remember
had-
having RoboCop
animated
toys.
series.
And I remember it was around when he first moved in the house. Went back and watched RoboCop. And I'm sitting there and watching it. I'm like, there was toys for this.
Yeah, it had a cartoon series.
Yeah.
And just seeing, Murphy just.
What the
Oh my god, getting his hand blown off. Like, give the man a hand.
That was back in the day. Back in the day. You had Alien action figures, you
Yeah.
had Terminator
It
action
was Terminator.
Terminator action figures. Terminator had fucking dick and balls in it.
It did?
Yeah, Arnie.
I thought they just showed his ass.
No,
I remember the ass.
there's a little dangle. You can see a little dangle.
He was really looking.
Is this in the Blu-ray or?
No, this was
High res.
Everybody,
All right, I'm gonna
this
test
is
drive this.
Netflix.
Was it circumcised?
this is Netflix. No, there was a shadow, but you can definitely see
Was it
something.
a circumcised shadow?
Oh Lord! Everyone go on Netflix and vouch.
Or
for me.
not?
Look
or
at
not.
Arnie's
You don't have to.
Shadow Dong.
That'd be a good name for a
The
superhero.
Shadow.
Shadow
Dong.
Dong. It's a good name for a band.
Versus Ass Blaster.
I think we're treading on a different kind of movie here.
In my area of expertise, now's my time to shine. Fuck you too.
And on the next KAPOWcast,
Hardcore
Comic
porn.
book pornos.
There's
Where do you
surprisingly
stand?
a lot of them too, by the way.
I'm not that surprised.
I've shown you a
I'm-
few.
What? Was I awake?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Check the messages on Facebook, alright? I've sent you a few links. Yeah. And Mike is about to
he's
spit up
gonna
his
lose
pot
it.
now.
Spit take. Oh, it's all over the mic.
I'm not, the way you made it sound like you sat me down and
I
was
know.
here, I'm gonna show you some shit.
You sit your ass down.
Now this is a comic book movie.
Watch XXX Batman.
See? You knew one of the titles.
You throw XXX in front of anything.
Yeah, I know.
XXX Gem.
I'd watch that.
I know you would. I'm not doubting that at all. I like how now our podcast seems to just go off on a different train of thought. I think that's what's going to
Train
keep
wreck
people.
of thought.
Yeah. Train wreck of thought. I want a T-shirt that says that.
Hell yeah.
Train wreck of thought, and then have our little logo on the bottom. We can.
We have a logo?
With a gun.
We do have a logo.
We do?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
absolutely.
Can you
This is
show
so
it?
Can you show it to the audience? Use your word pictures.
No, I can't.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That's stupid.
Who made that?
But you didn't know
You gotta
that
give me some
existed, huh?
credit right now.
Stephanie.
Stephanie?
Yeah,
Well,
she
screw
did.
her. Never mind.
Now, keep in mind, you clearly have just not looked over the past 3 weeks that we've been doing this podcast.
Well,
we're not at all doing this all in one night.
This is true. I don't know what I was thinking.
I mean, we planned to have you in our podcast from the beginning, too. We didn't just say, hey, you want to join in at the last second.
Forgive me, I'm unemployed right now. The day is just
I said,
over.
Cody, come on, let's go. You had Taco Bell. You should be a part of this.
All right.
Alright,
And I
yep.
did
When
my
the-
Taco Bell.
When the podcast starts to dwindle off,
And go on a
that's when we
tangent.
should probably cut it off. So we'll see you all next week here on the KAPOWcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Tony.
Jeff.
Cody.
See you all next time.